Hey, welcome back to Mr. Casey's Academy, and we're looking at subtraction strategies. And you can see there that we've pulled out our old favourite, the chainsawing. And you might have also noticed, a little bit different from the other films, is we've got some colour going on here. And I'll explain that in a minute. So just to refresh your brain about how we used chainsawing with addition, if I had a number like 54 plus 28, what I would do is I would get my chainsaw out, ding 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 ding, and I would cut those numbers up, and so I would have 50 plus 20 equaled 70, and I would have 4 plus 8 equals 12, and therefore I would put 70 and 12 together and give me 82. Okay, so that's how that chainsawing approach works. Well, the good news is, people, that we can use chainsawing with subtraction problems. Okay, so here we go. Let's say I've got 68 and I want to minus 32. Find out what that is. So I get my little chainsaw out, cut those numbers in half, and what I have is I have 60 minus 30 equals 30, and I have 8 minus 2 equals 6, and I must remember to put those two together, so 30 and 6 equals 36. Yet you can at that point just pop them there like that. That I think also works really, really well. So no problem, I hear you say, wow, this must be the shortest video Mr. Casey's ever had to make, but let's see what happens with this number. Let's say I've got 32 and I want to take away 18. So once again, I chainsaw them, cut, 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 and I go 30 minus 10 equals 20. Okay, but now I have 2 minus 8. And that's a little bit of a problem, okay, because I can't really do that. And you cannot swap these around. You can't just suddenly go, oh, well, I'll do 8 minus 2 equals 6 then, because that's wrong, okay? And so this brings me to the reason why we have the colors. And what we have is red and black. Now sometimes when people are talking about their finances or their money, they might talk about their bank accounts being in the red or in the black. And it simply means whether or not they actually have money in the bank that belongs to them, or whether or not they owe the bank a lot of money. Okay. Now if we think about a number line, and here's 0, okay, and I'll explain what I mean. If you had $8 in your pocket, you are $8 in the black. But you go to the shops and you find, for example, a t-shirt that you really want to buy, and it costs $12. So you go to mum and you say, hey, can I borrow some money so I can buy this t-shirt? And they go, yeah, sure, honey. So what happens is you spend your $8, but you have to borrow another $4 to get it, which puts your bank account as such as minus $4, because mum says, yeah, I'll give you the money, but you have to owe it back to me. Okay, so you get into what we call negative numbers, which we talk about as being in the red. Okay, well, how can we use that knowledge in solving subtraction problems using chainsawing? Well, it's pretty easy actually. Again, think of that number line. We've got 2 minus 8. Here's 0, 1, 2. If 2 took away 8, you go back 1, 2, 3 to minus 1, 4 to minus 2, 5 to minus 3, and so on. And what you're eventually going to get to is minus 6. So 2 minus 8 equals minus 6. And then what you do is this. Therefore, 20 minus 6 equals 14. And that is what will give us our answer. So 32 minus 18 equals 14. Now some people have a slightly different approach to using chainsawing to avoid the negative numbers because they don't like them. And I'll show you kind of how that works too. So a bit of flexibility here. You can do this in a number of different ways. Instead of chainsawing the 32, okay, they've decided that they're only going to chainsaw the 18. So you go 32 minus 10 first of all, and that gives you 22. And then you go 22 minus the 8, and here you might sort of have to count back a little bit or work it out. So 22 minus 2 is 20, and then a 6 more, so that's going to take you to 14. So there are ways of doing chainsawing for subtraction without going into negative numbers, but I think it's a pretty easy way to go about it. Let's have a look at a slightly harder one. Okay, let's go 529 minus 159. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 5. I'm going to cut all my numbers first. Chop, 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 chop. Okay, I'm going to write it like that. So what I've got is 500 minus 100. I've got 20 minus 50. And I've got 9 minus 9 there. Okay, let's see what we get. 500 take away 100 is 400. 20 take away 50, that's going to give me minus 30. And 9 take away 9 gives me 0. So what I end up with, okay, is 400 minus 30 plus nothing. And so what I end up with is 370, and that's my answer there, 370. So you can see it's pretty easy. Okay, let's take a look at applying this strategy with our friends the decimal numbers, because like all of these strategies, you can do it. Okay, 6.4 minus 2.8. Okay, I'm going to chop it, and I've got 6 take away 2 equals 4, and I've got 0.4 taking away 0.8, and what I'm going to get is minus 0.4. Therefore, I get 4 minus 0.4 equals 3.6, and there is my answer. So there you have it. You can still use your old friend the chainsawing strategy, okay? And if you do find that you're trying to take away a larger number from a smaller one, just go negative. Have a go. See how it works out for you.